Talk to me a little bit about electrification. So you weren't the first one to jump on this bandwagon. Do you now have an advantage for having been a little bit more cautious?
But I think that electrification journey in Ferrari started a few years ago. It was the case of Formula One. It was the case of supercar in 2013. It is the case of 4 hybrid model. Actually 6, if I consider the special version. They are having a tremendous traction on the market. Just considering Q1, almost 50% of the cars that we sold in Q1 are hybrid. So electric car is the next step in our roadmap.
But are you happy? I think last time we spoke, you were talking to me about secret protocols and the secret car.
I'm very happy.
You're very happy?
I'm very happy.
Give us what are you most happy about?
I think the car we are setting up is a car that is unique in all the respect. Let's put it this way. Our electric car just goes beyond the basic electrons and byte that everyone is talking about. There is much more in a car, but you have to wait till Q4 next year.
No, I know, but what is it? Are you replicating sound? Is it the way it drives?
We don't like to mimic what is typical of another world. We are interpreting the technology in a unique way. Yeah. Electric engine is not silent. Electric engine can deliver some emotion that usually in the mass market car that you have today, you don't find it. So it's up to us to interpret this technology in a unique way, to make something unique.
So has it exceeded your expectation? And do you think that will translate into sales?
It's on the way there. It's on the way to exceed. We still have some time. We are on the right track. I'm satisfied where we are. The final judgment is the client. The client is the most important asset for a company because also they are the final judgment. I think the client will like it, but we'll see.
You already have orders.
No, we don't take orders. We take the orders. We take orders only when we launch it. It's the same story of the 12 cylinder we announced a few days ago.
But give me a sense of there's now this war basically on EVs between China, the US, and Europe is also in the middle. What does that mean for the electrification of cars in general?
Look, maybe yes, there is people are defining it as a war. I think for me it's a nice competition. Okay. For me this is a call to action for Europe. Is a call to action to become more, how can I say, pushy, less complacent. And in my life, I've been always taught that if someone is faster than you, better you are faster than them. And if you want, this is also what we are doing in Formula One. In racing, that's what you have to do. If someone is faster, be faster than them. Don't try to stop them.
Faster and better.
And better, yeah, sure.
Because if you're not, if you're not better, then it's tough, right? Does Europe, you think, have a natural advantage in this?
But faster, in any direction. Call it product innovation, call it customer intimacy, call it cost leadership. When I say faster, to visualize on a track, but in all the direction that make unique a company, in all the direction that, if you want, are the pillar of the sustainability of a company.
But do you worry? You're dealing in supercars, right? This is like the top of the top of the top.
Yeah.
If people buy less electric cars at the kind of base level, does it make a difference to the attractiveness of your cars?
I don't think so. I think that for a company like ours, it's important that we take the 3 colors, the red, the blue, and the green, and we show the client that we can harness them in a unique way and deliver unique emotion. I think that we don't sell, allow me to say, technologies. We sell emotions. And then technology is a way to deliver unique emotion to our client.
Of course, this is what luxury companies say. They sell emotions, the desirability. But what kind of client do you think is attracted to the electric Ferrari?
I think that we will have 3 kinds of clients. We will have a traditional client, some existing client of Ferrari that will not take an electric car. Then we will take existing client that will say, you know what? I will take also electric, like I took hybrid and IC. Mm-hmm. And then there are clients to whom I already talked that are saying, I will be part of your community, of your family, if and only if you will be able to offer me an electric car. I think these are the 3 kinds of clients that I'm sure we'll find in the future.
But, is the last one harder to find?
I have to say that I have already met tens of those people that are waiting for our green car. Allow me to call in this way.
Younger clients, or is it more by region? Does it make
let's say, I would say, maybe younger than 50. Yeah. But there are also people I have in mind between 50 and 60 that are willing to take this kind of car.
Benedetto, talk to me about, so I see, what goes, what kind of models are you working on? What happens to that over the next 10 years?
What I would like to...
You're amongst friends.
Yeah. I'm sure. I mean, I like to have this kind of question. We keep going with the plan we shared with in Capital Market Day 2 years ago. We said that we'll keep going with the 12-cylinder, we have the 8-cylinder thermal, and then we have the 6- and 8-cylinder hybrid, and then we are adding this platform. I think it's important for a company like ours to go ahead with this platform and to look at the car beyond electrification, digitalization. There are many other things you can do in a car, and that's what we are doing.
So in 10 years, do you already have an idea, or is 10 years too far away? Should I ask
about 5 years? Is a little bit too far away?
5 years?
What I would like to say, that prefer quality of our revenues and our P&L to quantity. Let me say in this way.
Fair. Benedetto, when you look around the world, we talk about inflation. That's not something that touches a lot of your customers. We talk about the worries about geopolitics. Does it impact the demand, or does it make the cars more desirable? We
did not see any impact on this. I think we have to be watchful. We have to keep always to be watchful to make sure that we are on track. As of now, we don't see any impact. Clearly, we have to manage some increase in price, in cost of energy and material. We are working on that, but it's the beauty of the life, You have to cope with the situation that you don't know. But if you know everything, it's not fun.
It's not fun. What do you worry about the most?
I think that what is important for us is that one point, we are a successful company, a successful team. We need to make sure that we are always with 4 wheels on the ground. We have always to listen the weak signal from the external world. We have to care really about the sustainability, like we are doing, and then we don't have to teach. We have to learn. I think this is very important, because when you are in a successful team, you may lose the compass. You may start to believe that whatever you do, you will be successful, and this is not good. We have to be 4 wheels on the ground.
Like humble, I like that, 4 wheels on the ground. How do you deal with the China strategy?
How do you?
China. How do you deal with...
China, for us, it's... we said 2 years ago, China overall, China, Hong Kong, Greater China, will not go beyond 10% of our sales. Why? For a couple of reasons. One is because the market in China is still not mature. We need to give time to mature. And the second, because it's a little bit decretive on the margin side for the profit and loss. But really, we need, for each country, we need to give the time to mature. There are other countries also that are showing good growth. And also there, we have to proceed in the right way.
But, the China template could be a little bit different to other markets, right? Because there's a crackdown on some luxurious, brands. So again, how do you see that evolving? Is it like a stop and start?
I would like to say in this way, China is not for Ferrari what it is for other luxury brands. In other cases, you have exposure that is more than 20%. In our case, it is less than 10%. It will stay less than 10% for the reason I told you. For sure, we have also people from that nationality buying outside. But I think... let's say there are a couple of things I'm particularly proud of the last Capital Market Day. One is to keep China below 10%, and two, to keep going with the 3 colors in our product strategy.
Formula One this weekend, Monaco, this is the big one. Are you worried about the Red Bull gap getting a little bit smaller?
But I think that this year we are in a better situation than 1 year ago.
Yeah.
Because if I see the last 7 races, we took 7 podium. In one case, we took 2. In other case, we took 0, but we took 7 podium. We cut the distance between us and the first one by factor 3 versus last year. So I think the team is doing a decent process. We are on the right track.
So you're confident for Scuderia?
I think there have been substantial progresses. We have to keep improving, like we have to keep improving in everything we do. This is the beauty of life.
This is a nice philosophy, full stop. Benedetto, as always, thank you so much for joining us.